Coach, congrats on the win. If you wouldn't mind starting us out with an opening statement, we'll then open up to questions for the players.
Yeah, I thought Robert Morris played hard. They're a good team. Their effort was great. They ended up with 16 offensive rebounds. We only had 5, so you got to give them a lot of credit. We knew they'd play tough. Now we shot a little higher percentage. There was more offensive boards for them to get, but we didn't do a good enough job keeping them off the glass. You look at a kid like Dickerson. He had more offensive rebounds than our entire team combined. So, a little disappointed in our defensive rebounding. But I'll say this: our guys were resilient. We said coming into this tournament that we're going to welcome some adversity. Hopefully, it's not self-inflicted. I thought tonight some of it was with the rebounds we gave up, but whether it's missed shots, whether it's referee calls, who cares what it is. If we face some adversity, let's welcome it. Let's handle it with the right attitude. I thought Mark did a really good job. It wasn't going great for him. I think maybe he only had 3 points at the half, if I remember right. He had 19 in the second half, ended up with 22 and 10 assists. Things weren't going great. Maybe in the past he, wouldn't have been as positive as he was, but I thought he was aggressive, got downhill, got to the free throw line, drew 10 fouls in the second half. He ends up with 22, 10, and 5. And, he didn't shoot it particularly well. Only 1 of 5 from 3. In the past, maybe those are games where he gets a little frustrated, doesn't play as hard as he does on defense. But that wasn't the case tonight. I thought he competed really hard, and that's what we're looking for out of our leaders. Mo had some possessions that maybe weren't the best for him. He ends up with a double-double. I thought he played well. There's a lot of guys you can point to that had good play. We got good minutes out of Darian Reed. I mean, for him to come in and just over 10 minutes get 9 points, 4 rebounds, I thought was pretty good. So, we were hoping not to play Grant, but, I think it was a 4-point game, and Grant, about 8 minutes to go, he stood up hey, put me in, we got to go. So, I trust him. He shows up big in big games. He came in. We went on a run right away. I think we outscored him 32-23 kind of from there. And he made some big plays, kind of starting with that loose ball right out there off the free throw line. And he had the dunk, and thought he made some good defensive plays. He got some rebounds. He ends up with 3 rebounds, 5 points in 7 minutes. So we were hoping not to have to play him. We did. I think he'll be all right. We got to get him bunch of rehab because we're going to for sure need him no matter which team plays here. They got a lot bigger front court, whether it's Vandy or St. Mary's, either one.
Thanks, Coach. Let's go to questions for the student athletes first, please. Please raise your hand. We'll start in the front row on the left side, and then we'll go in the middle.
Chase Goodbread with the Tuscaloosa News. Mark, can you just speak to what Coach Oats mentioned about contributing in other ways, maybe than three-pointers in a game like this where you've got 10 assists, you knock down 11 free throws, and just got it done other ways?
Yeah, he always talk about finding ways to win when things are not going well. And first half, things weren't going well, so I just really trusted my teammates, and I was just making the right read. Trying to create open shots for my teammates, and then I kept playing the right way, and then the game repaid me back.
Katie with Bama Central for Mark or Mo. Just what kind of teammate is Grant? I saw him encouraging y'all throughout the game before he came in, and that he was willing to step in when the game got kind of close there at the end.
Mo?
Grant, he's a positive teammate. He always uplifts us. He's one of the leaders, one of the seniors on the team. When things not going well, Grant, he always speak up. And that's what we need on this team.
Left row, third row here.
Joe Rady, Associated Press. Mark and Mo, how much does tournament experience come into play, especially in a first-round game like this where there might be some adversity in the second half?
Mark, we'll start with you.
Yeah, the game, as it got down the wire, it started getting loud in there, and we had a lot of experience of that last year. So I think we showed our composure and resiliency of not getting too high, not getting too low, and we just stayed level-headed throughout the whole game.
Mo, you want to add to that?
Yeah, we've been here before. We've been in these positions all season, and last year, when adversity hits, Oats, he told us, just stick together and stuff. So, we've been here before, so we've seen, we've seen this before, so yeah.
Any other questions for the players before we let them go back to the locker room? Okay, thanks, fellas. Congratulations. We'll continue on with Q&A for Coach Oats. Please raise your hand. We'll start in the second row on the right side.
Julie Mitchell, WVTM 13 in Birmingham. Coach, you talked about before this tournament your leaders needing to step up, show how bad they want to keep playing together for each other. To see Grant say, put me in, Mark give you 19 in the second half, how big were your leaders today?
No, they were huge. I mean, Mark kept saying, like, we're not losing this game. Like, guys, you're playing like we're playing tomorrow. There's no game tomorrow if we don't win. Like, he kept saying it in the huddles, and you could tell he had a sense of urgency about him in the second half. I mean, he got to the free throw line. His three wasn't dropping, so he got in. He got fouled. He converted some tough layups. So, and I thought he played pretty hard on defense the second half. And then for Grant to, the plan wasn't to play him. He said it wasn't feeling all that great this morning. But so I didn't, trainer Clark said he was going to be available, but ideally we don't play him. Well, then a lot closer than anybody anticipated. They're a good team. They played hard. We didn't play as well as we had hoped. And Grant's like, we're not going home. Like, put me in. So those two guys have been through it. They've been to the Final Four before. They may want to make sure we're still playing on Sunday, and thought they stepped up big for us in the second half, both of them.
Thanks, Coach. Second row on the left side.
Ashley Bastock, Cleveland.com. Nate, I know you mentioned Dickerson in your opening, and I know yesterday you seemed prepared for him and well aware of what he could do and how he could alter a game. I guess, was he as advertised for you guys, and what do you think was the difference down the stretch despite his output for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he had 25 and 9, and 6 of those 9 were on the offensive board, so I mean, hard playing, We didn't do a very good job, to be honest with you, keeping him off the glass. He got some downhill drives. He hit the 1-3. I mean, we kind of played him like a 5 and kept our 5 on, so he ended up he was 1 for 8 from 3. But, everywhere else, I think he was like 10 of 14 from 2. So we didn't do a great job, but you got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, it's a hard playing, athletic guy that gave everything he had. I mean, got 2 daughters here. Jossie, my middle one, she's like a sweetheart, but she said, Dad, I feel so bad for the other team. He said three never came out of the game. He played so hard. I'm like, yeah, but somebody's got to lose. It didn't need to be us. So she felt bad. He had to play the whole game. It was nice for us. He finally did foul out. He didn't have much foul trouble, and then he picked up 3 there late. But man, he's a hard playing guy. So I got a lot of respect for him.
Keep it on the left side in the front row, and then we'll go to the right.
Chase Goodbread with the Tuscaloosa News. 2, if I may. Coach, can you speak to the way you were able to score at the rim with the bigs? Dioubate and Amori were 16 out of 18 from the floor between them. And then the second question, can you tell us exactly what point in the game Nelson told you to put him in?
About 2 seconds before he went in, he stood up down there, said, hey, Coach, come on, put me in, I'm ready. I'm like, go. It wasn't going well, and I could see just by that look on his face, you put me in, I'm going to make some stuff happen. So I trust him. Been through a lot of games with him. He's won a lot of games here. So, yeah. And then I thought our front court did a good job converting off the guy. We ended up with 25 assists. It's a program record for the NCAA tournament. So, I felt like our pick and roll offense could get the roller behind their ball screen defense. I thought we did a good job of that early. We probably should have stayed in it more. Mark kept just saying, playing more pick and rolls, get more pick and rolls. He did a good job. I thought LeBaron did a good job. LeBaron has 8 assists, no turnovers. Mark has 10 assists. The 2 of them have 18 assists, 3 turnovers combined. That's pretty good out of your 2 starting guards. So, I thought they did a good job finding the bigs. Cliff did a great job finishing. Dioubate as usual, does a good job finishing. Both those guys are good finishers, but we needed all those points. So, is more mowing the second half, Cliff in the first half, but we needed both of them to play big for us.
Back to the front row.
Katie Wyndham, Bama Central. Nate, you talked in your opening about how they had 16 offensive boards compared to y'all's 5. Just what are the bigs, the guards, everyone going to need to do on the glass moving forward if y'all are going to have success in the tournament?
I mean, Vanderbilt plays hard. We played them before. They can get there and cause problems. And St. Mary's is huge in the interior. We got to be better. I mean, I'm going through circling everybody on the front court that had 0 boards. And there's, I got 4 guys that play the 4 and 5 for the most part that came up with a 0 tonight. That's not good enough. we got to do better. And then on the other end, like we got box out. Like we got to go hit somebody when a shot goes up and go get it. I mean, this is stuff we've been stressing and we're more than capable of when we've played some of the best rebounding teams in the country. Houston, Texas A&M, Mississippi State's been traditionally great on the glass. We've out-rebounded them. So we keep saying it. It's like when we know we need to do it, we do it at a high level. Why? We tried to stress we need to do it tonight. We got out-rebounded by Robert Morris. So, these guys got to step up every game because if we continue to let this happen, we won't be playing for too much longer.
Second row, coach, on the right side.
Colin Beasley, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Coach, was there anything Robert Morris did to surprise you guys? Like it seemed at some points like maybe your guys overlooked Robert Morris a little bit.
I mean, I would hope our guys are mature enough not to overlook him, but I do agree with you that based on the energy when the game got tight in the second half and the energy previous to that, it wasn't quite the same. And I think maybe jumping on them early, getting up 10 right out of the gate, maybe they thought it was going to be easy. You try to tell them. I mean, I try to explain to them. I was in the MAC for 6 years. We went to 4 tournaments when I was there, 3 as a head coach. Like I told them what our mentality was. Like they got nothing to lose. Like they're out there playing with house money, if you will. Like they're playing free. They're letting it go. They're having fun. Like we can't let a team and we're a better team. We know that. Obviously, we're 2 seed, they're 15, but better teams don't always win if they don't play harder than the other team. So we told them that. I think Mark got a sense of urgency about him. Shoot, they took the lead on us in the second half. I mean, with about 7 to go or whatever it was. So, you got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, we tried to tell our guys how good this team is and what, there's 15 speed 2s, not just once or twice, multiple times, 16s that beat 1s now. It's we got to come ready to go. I guess the good thing is there won't be anybody ranked lower than a 10, I don't think, moving forward. And all these guys, I mean, St. Mary's are a really good team. We've already played Vandy. They played in the SEC, best conference in the country this year. So I hope we don't overlook anybody. I'm disappointed with the effort at times. Proud of the guys for the effort there to close them out late. But, yeah, I don't want to say we overlooked them, but it certainly looks like it with the effort at times in the game, especially on the rebounding side of it.
Coach, thanks for your time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks. Appreciate it.